SMBs are almost back, but their attitudes towards local marketing are a little different now. How different? We'll find out in this Local Marketing Minute.
Corey's Local Marketing Minute is brought to you by iPublish Media. Increase new accounts and grow local ad revenue by delivering the types of campaign SMBs want to buy today. Learn more by visiting iPublishMedia.com or by emailing sales@iPublishMedia.com. And now, the shaman of local marketing, Corey Elliott.
Hello, everybody. Hey, you know what this is? Kind of looks like, I don't know, like teeth or hills, or it really stands for Burrell's Business Barometer. Clever, huh? Alliteration will get you places. This is a series of questions we pose to our SMB panel about 4 times a year. Gauge where their head's at, what they think about the future, what's on their mind regarding advertising, if they ever really looked at their own hand. Okay, not that last one, but we do check in on a regular basis to see where they're at. And I think we found something kind of significant in this barometer. Let's get to it. First, we asked them about current conditions. In particular, how would you characterize the current economic situation in the US for sustaining a small business? You can imagine 1 year ago, it wasn't good. Now, 31% say it's pretty good. Those are the same levels we saw around late 2016, early 2017. And certainly up from about 1 year ago, March of 2020. 79% of the panel said the current economic condition was poor back in March of 2020. So let's forget about that. Oh, I wish I hadn't done that. And concentrate on this guy. In February of this year, this number was half. 16% said it was good. So we're heading in the right direction as far as looking at a current economic situation. Then we ask them to look forward to the next 6 months. And do they anticipate the economic situation to get better or worse, or stay the same? 47% said that it's going to get better. See, it's a bigger smiley face guy. Now in February, it was 45%. Its optimism around the future is maintaining. Nearly half of SMBs are optimistic about the future. What's cool about these two things, this is the outlook we saw from SMBs in January of 2017. Why is that significant? Because after January of 2017, this current conditions index kept rising. SMBs perceive things as getting better and better and better. So the pump is primed here. We're not back to where everything was rosy, which was late 2008, early 2019, but it's certainly moving in the right direction. Again, coming off a kind of a low base, but still, yay. But what's on their mind has changed a little bit. So we asked them what was on their mind. See, it's a thought bubble, a little like I'm thinking. Doesn't happen a lot. But we asked, what's on your mind related to advertising and marketing right now? And this was open-ended. They could say anything. Here's what boiled to the top. Number one, all the time, always, marketing ROI. Oh, we've been over that. That's old news, but important. They have increasing concerns about hiring. Some say they're going to shift some of their marketing dollars to it. They need to find good people. A lot of them said they're open to changing their media mix, but there's no one way they're going to do it. They just know they want to try something different than what they've been doing. For instance, one person in the services category said, what I'm seeing is doing much more digitally and much less print activity, much more targeted at specific audiences, much less shooting ducks in the dark. Is that a saying? Meanwhile, somebody said almost the opposite. The return of some traditional marketing tactics like direct mail, TV commercials, print ads, billboards. Will U.S. residents pay more attention to these as digital fatigue from devices continues? All of this giving a general sense they want to try something new. A lot of SMBs are interested in targeting. But another word came up a lot, kind of around targeting. Fragmentation. They understand targeting's good, but with a lot of targeting in their minds comes more fragmentation. You're getting in front of less and less people. But if they're the right people, but less of them, but they're right. Ah, the wonderful world of marketing. This is always up top, but these three seem to be increasing their importance to SMBs. Meanwhile, we saw 2 things decrease in mentions. Cost containment and planning challenges. Planning challenges meaning not knowing what to do about the future, not knowing what the future holds and how to plan for it. Those are decreasing in levels of concern. These are increasing. So when you mix all this together, SMBs are feeling better now. Not to the highest levels they've been in the last few years, but their trajectory seems right, and they've maintained optimism when they look forward to the next 6 months. The shakeup of 2020 affected all areas of their business, and for lots of them, it included how they approached marketing. And it looks like dollars will start to flow again. Finally, we asked them, over the next 6 months, will your business spend more, less, or the same on advertising that it did in the last 6 months? Can you guess how many said more? I'll give you a clue. It's not really a clue as much as a parameter. In March of 2020, 16% said they would increase. Now, 31%. And that's about the percentage we saw in the good years, the recent good years, the pre-COVID years. You know what I'm talking about. and 56% said they'd keep it the same. Like I was saying, it looks like the dollars are going to start to flow again, but there's a willingness to spend it a little differently. And remember, some of these SMBs have to spend it on hiring people. If somebody turned down your offerings before, go back to them. They want to change things up. If you can help them hire people, do that. If you can be their local marketing expert and show them ROI, for the love of all that is holy, do that. They want it, they're asking for it, and they're willing to spend. I mean, if you're an SMB, finding a good local marketing expert, it's like shooting ducks in the dark, I guess. I don't know what that means.
You've been watching Corey's Local Marketing Minute, sponsored by our friends at iPublish Media. Learn more at iPublishMedia.com. And if a few minutes with Corey isn't enough, you can hear more of his insights on the Local Marketing Trends podcast. Just look for the podcast link on BurrellAssociates.com.